Good morning, my name's Tom, and today's video is about Paul Kovacik. He was a Capitol rioter who was sentenced for parading and demonstrating, got 90 days, and the day he was supposed to report, he fled to Ireland and tried to claim political asylum. Which is interesting, you know, like Ireland's they're a pretty civilized country, and, you know, that's good because I could think of other places where you try to go and claim asylum and they'll immediately put you in a detention center where you await deportation. So he got homesick and he returned, was arrested upon his arrival. He's serving his sentence, but now he's got another charge he's got to face, which is basically, you know, he was a fugitive from justice. He fled the country. You know, and he made his problems a lot worse there. You know, and he's calling himself a political prisoner now, which is interesting because he started out, you know, he knew what he did was wrong, and he took his pinch like a man, and then he got cold feet right before, well, he was treated with kid gloves, but we'll say right before the hammer dropped, he got cold feet and fled. And that just made his life a lot worse. We don't know where that's going to go. I think it's almost certain that he's not going to face a full 10-year sentence on that for fleeing a 90-day sentence. It is worth noting, though, he's got more than like 20 prior arrests, which will be factored in, I'm sure. You know, the system's not going to look kindly on it, and maybe the kid gloves treatment is going to disappear. Now, on that note, you know, with most Capitol rioters, they're dupes. And I'm absolutely okay with them receiving the kid gloves treatment. Go to jail, maybe dry out, get into a sobriety program, or get therapy for your issues. Start dealing with your problems and let go of the political excuses and righteous justifications. You know, it'd be harder for people to take advantage of you and put you up to this crap in the first place. And when it comes to the ringleaders like Stuart Rhodes, you know, the Oath Keepers leaders, the Proud Boys leaders, yeah, I'm absolutely fine with, you know, actually dropping the hammer on those guys because they're the ringleaders. They're not the patsies. I mean, they're somebody's patsy, but they're the people who knew better. And they're the ones who wanted it to be an insurrection. They wanted to overthrow the government. They're the people who wanted to hang Mike Pence. And so I'm okay with having a little bit of compassion to the patsies while the leaders take the real hit. And that's an important thing, and why I think this country is actually, you know, on an upwards trend, because the system, at least in this particular instance, isn't so much throwing righteous indignation and punishing the little guys to the maximum extent of the law simply because it's easier and they don't have, you know, attorneys and whatnot, and they can't afford protracted legal battles, which is something the system absolutely could have done. You know, and historically speaking, the leaders would, you know, go free. In fact, that's what somebody, I think, was banking on when he got in front of a camera on January 7th and said, those are not my people, and they're criminals, and they will pay. You know, it's important to remember that. This guy's a patsy. He's not well. He's got problems. And, you know, no amount of righteous indignation thrown back at him is going to make it better. You gotta go after the leaders, the people who put the patsies up to it. That's just my thoughts on the subject. You may disagree. You may think, patsy or not, they betrayed their country. Throw the book at them. You may think, how dare you, he's a patriot, a political prisoner. In which case, I think you probably also have issues you're avoiding and you need to start working on. And you are just as susceptible to becoming a patsy as he was. And that's something you need to focus your attention on. Like, share, subscribe, and have a good day.